What's up? What's up? It's Dr. Will James reporting to you with Dr. Will James Reports. Today, I want to talk to you about the shooting of Sonya Massey, a black lady, black woman who was shot in Illinois on July 6th of this year, a few weeks ago. And I feel this is very important to cover. Um, if you've seen the footage or if you haven't seen the footage, I'm sure you've heard about it. Um, Completely unnecessary shooting, and we're going to talk about some of the flaws in the system and some of the things that went wrong here that led to the death of this young lady. Um, so the cop who shot and killed her, he has been arrested. He has been charged. His certification as an officer has been suspended, but he shouldn't have been a cop in the first place. So I want to start there and talk about that. So let's just look at that. So she was shot in the state of Illinois. And so this is the cop who shot her, Sean Grayson. All right. So the thing that I feel is important to note is right here. Okay. Records show deputy charged in Sonya Massey's fatal shooting worked for 6 agencies in 4 years. 6 agencies in 4 years. From 2020 to 2024, this guy worked at 6 different police agencies. Why is someone moving around in law enforcement that much? Okay. That's something we have to think about. Why is someone moving around that much? So, Sean Grayson, who's 30 years of age, was fired last week when the body cam footage was released. Uh, After pleading not guilty to a murder and other charges stemming from July 6th shooting death of Sonya Massey. Okay, he was fired. So he's arrested. He is in police custody. It's a good thing that this hasn't, taken a long time for them to think about whether or not they're going to press charges on him. And murder is the right charge to be charging this guy with. All right. So this happened. Grayson and another deputy reported to her home. This is in Springfield, Illinois, about 200 miles southwest of Chicago. Body camera video released earlier this week showed the horrifying moment when Grayson shouted at Massey to put down a pot of hot water and threaten the unarmed woman. So that's a picture of Sonya and her son. Her son Malachi is now 17 years of old. 17 years of age. Her oldest child. Is talking about how he couldn't watch it. But let's look at this guy's. First of all, look how big this cop is. I think they said this guy is Sean Grayson, the cop, is 6'5", 260. And she was about Sonya Massey was around 5'1", 110 pounds. Very small woman. So, when you think of someone posing a threat, you're already looking at her. She's wearing pajamas. If she wanted to, have ill intent or do something towards the officers, because I know that they were saying that they felt like something was planned, and the whole thing is he thought that she had ill intent to throw hot water. But if she wanted to throw the hot water, she could have threw it when you opened the door. But let's not get too far ahead. So this guy's mugshot. So let's look at a bit of this guy's history. He was hired part-time on August 11th of 2020 by the Pawnee Police Department, according to the Illinois Law Enforcement Training and Standards Board. All right, August 11th, 2020. On February 4th, 2021, he was hired for another part-time position with the Kincaid Police Department, following by a third part-time gig at the Verdon Police Department on May 20th, 2021. So August 11th, 2020 to February 2021. So August is the 8th month. February is the 2nd month. That's like a 6-month gap from when he had one gig to another. Then February 2021, February the 2nd month. May is the 5th month. It's like a 3-month gap from when he had another gig. After 2 months in Verdun, Grayson landed a full-time job at the Auburn Police Department. He remained there through May 1st of 2022. So after 2 months in Verdun, so June, July of 2021, he remained there through May 1st of 2022. So he was there for less than a year. Okay. Grayson stayed with the Logan office for just under a year. Yep. He was hired full time by the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office on May 1st, 2023. So he was there. He was where this took place for about a year, a little over a year. He received his part-time law enforcement certification on June 5th, 2021. His certification status is currently suspended. So my whole thing is, why was this guy moving around so much? Like, what they do in these law enforcement agencies sometimes is they catch these officers, people doing things that they shouldn't be doing, either on the force or off the force. And rather than firing them, they let them resign. So when they resign, there's nothing on their record that said that they've been fired from a law enforcement position before. So they're able to go get another one. It just says that they resigned. Okay. Let me stop sharing that. So we see this guy, Sean Grayson, 30 years old, big guy, moved around a bit, was at 4 different law enforcement agencies. No, 6. I believe it was 6. Let me check. Yeah, 6 different agencies in the span of 4 years. That's ridiculous. Moving around a lot. Why was he moving around? And I think I saw something that said he had a DUI or 2 DUIs. So, like, when someone is a law enforcement officer and they're breaking the law, all right, when you get a driving under the influence and you're breaking the law, I think that should remove you. That should make you, you know, you should be fired and you shouldn't be allowed to be in law enforcement anywhere in the States. If you can't abide by the law, especially with something as serious as a DUI, that's very serious. You're driving under the influence. You could, be intoxicated. You're intoxicated and you could harm someone. You're not just inebriated, but you're behind a motor vehicle where you could hit someone or crash into someone. We've seen that recently, especially just locally. I know in New York, we've seen plenty of cases where people have been driving under the influence and they kill other people. An NYPD officer was killed earlier this year because some drunk driver drove into a nail salon, killed like 4 people. So things like that on your record should prevent you from progressing with your career in law enforcement. But anyway, now I want to go over the video of Sonya Massey's shooting. So, it may be hard for some people to watch, but I want to go over it play by play because she called the police. All right, the police wasn't called on her as she was, suspected of a crime or something like that. She called the police because she thought there was someone around her home, a potential burglar or something of that nature, in her area, to get this situation checked out. So let's just watch the video and we're going to break this down play by play. So they've walked around her property. They've walked around the perimeter. They've checked for, potential burglars, anyone trying to break an entry, and seeing if someone's there. Now they're knocking on her door. The officer just opened up the storm door and left it open, so that it's not, he's not in the path of the doorway, just holding the door.
There's a bike sitting back there. Where? On the back door. I don't know if it's hers. I'll tap it.
The officer that just walked up is the one that's going to be the shooter. Now, notice that it's two officers. That's important to note that he's not alone.
Search warrant. Three 19 contact her. It's because someone threw a brick to her. You want to try and call her 17 back here and let her know we're out front? Yes, that's set up good. I hear the phone ringing. You didn't see anybody out walking out way? No, not when I came in. I didn't see anybody out way. I hear her phone ringing and she's refusing to come to the door, so we're about to go tonight. She's dead in there. Oh, let's hope not. Is this a ring doorbell? Yeah, it doesn't work though. Sheriff's office.
So she just responded. So she probably didn't hear them before because she just responded to the knock. She said, "Who's at the door?" They said, "Sheriff's office." She said, "Hold on." This is at 2:59.
Oh no, it's right here. Put the drugs out. Go ahead. She was yelling inside. She told us to hold on. You coming to the door or not? All right.
So at 2:59, she said, "Hold on." At 3:35, he says, "Are you coming to the door or not?" That's 36 seconds that has passed. She told you to hold on.
Hurry up.
He told her to hurry up. I think it's important to note that they seem so impatient, but once they speak to her and they tell her that they check for burglars and all of that stuff, they still stay. They could have been on their way. but they choose to stay. They seem like they're in a rush, but they're going to stay when they could leave.
Sheriff's office, the one you called.
All right, so she came to the door at 4:14. So basically at 3-minute mark, she tells them, hold on. She came to the door a minute and 14 seconds later.
Down here, and I need to go here. Please don't hurt me, y'all.
Oh, we hurt you. You called us.
She came to the door. The first thing she says right now, I don't know if y'all heard that. I'll go back. She said, I called y'all because I needed your help. Please don't hurt me, though.
Somebody is out here, and I need to go here. Please don't hurt me, y'all.
Oh, we hurt you. You called us.
Okay.
The guy who ends up killing her says, why would we hurt you? You called us. If someone answers the door, now they're going to say, and you're going to see her behavior is not like someone who's fully aware or at their best mental state, right? But she's coming in good faith. She's being nice, kind, telling you that she's somewhat fearful. Please don't hurt me. You should know as a law enforcement officer how to deal with a citizen, how to deal with someone. And you're there to protect and serve and reduce their fear. You're there to help. She told you, please don't hurt me. As a Black person in America, people have to understand this. Law enforcement officers have to understand this. And you shouldn't be in the job if you don't understand this. Because of the history in America and the current climate, and the things that have been happening, like what ended up happening in this video, there are many Black people, Black men and women, who are fearful of law enforcement. So she let you know, like, I called y'all, I thought there was a burglar. I called y'all because I needed your help. Please don't hurt me. You say you called us, why would I hurt you? But then you end up hurting her. You end up killing her. You could have conducted yourself in a better way. And we're going to go through that as we go through the video. But it's important to note that those are the first things that came out of her mouth. Please don't hurt me.
So what'd you hear?
Somebody keeps outside my house, y'all. Please,
Is this your car over here?
please, God, please, God, please.
Is this your car over here?
She's saying, please, God, please, God, please. She's nervous. He's asking her about the car that really doesn't have anything to do with this call. She called you. Now, he could be asking her about the car because maybe that's suspicious. Maybe you asking us about a burglar or something like that. Maybe we might want to check this car out because that could be someone who was on the property that you don't know about. Okay, let's give them that. Let's see what happens, though.
Oh,
Please, God.
that's not your black car in the driveway?
Mm-mm,
Oh, well, we checked your yard. We walked around the whole block. We didn't see anybody.
mm-mm.
Right? You know, we don't. We checked the whole area. There's nobody out walking around.
I know.
So he says we checked the yard. We checked around the whole block. We don't see anybody. This is at the 4:42 mark. 4 minutes and 42 seconds. You now can leave. You've served. All right. You can say, you know, so all right, citizen, young lady, ma'am, if you don't need anything else from us, we've checked from the burglars like you for the burglar like you asked. If you don't need anything else from us, we'll be on our way. If you need any assistance again tonight, please don't hesitate to call us back. We'll be right back out here. That's how you protect and serve your community. But no, let's see what happens.
Y'all, please, God, please, God. I'm trying to get help, y'all, but
Here she go again. Please, God, I'm trying to get help, y'all.
You need help with?
nothing. I just, please, God, please, God, please. I don't know what to do.
Do with what?
Huh?
What do you need help with?
Nothing. I just wanted to see if I could help me.
What do you want help with?
There's something on her wrist that looks like when you've been in a hospital, like a hospital band on her right wrist.
Huh?
What do you want help with?
I heard somebody outside.
Yeah, we checked your house. We checked your backyard. I walked all the way through all these backyards. We checked your front yard.
We didn't see nobody.
Yeah,
so.
nobody's out here.
You didn't see anybody?
Nope.
Oh,
Checked the whole area.
okay.
What took you so long to answer the door?
Oh, I was trying to put on some clothes, sir. I'm sorry. I was trying to get
I got you. All right.
It took her a minute and 14 seconds to answer the door. She said she was putting on clothes. Logical explanation. You check for burglars. You say what I just said. Ma'am, we've checked. We checked around the block. We checked around the house. Maybe someone heard us pull up and they left. I don't know. But there's no one here. Make sure your doors are locked. Make sure your windows are locked. If you need us, don't hesitate to call. We'll be right back out. Okay, ma'am? If you don't need anything else, we'll be on our way. That's protecting and serving. This was an easy call. You let her close the door and you go on your way. You tell her if you want, we'll sit out here another 5-10 minutes, make sure no one's around, then we'll be on our way. But let's see what they do.
Is there anything else we can do for you?
Huh?
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, sir.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
You doing all right mentally?
Yes.
Sure.
My medicine and stuff.
All right.
All right, he should have left. She was closing the door. He asked her, are you doing all right mentally? She said something about taking her medicine.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
You doing all right mentally?
Yes.
Sure.
My medicine and stuff.
All right.
I love y'all. Thank y'all.
All right. That's not your black car though.
She said, yes, I'm doing all right, taking my medicine. I love y'all. Thank y'all at the 5:40 mark. Sean Grayson, the cop who's the racist killer, he goes on to ask her about the car again in the driveway. Why? Leave. But no, he needs to come in so that he can find a reason to shoot her.
The SUV? Whose is it? You don't know? It's someone just.
Mind you, this is after he asked her about her mental state. So if you don't think she's fully okay mentally, why would you continue to question her about a vehicle that she may or may not know about, or she may not be able to answer you with a fully logical explanation because she's not fully gathered mentally. She's taking her medicine. It's late at night. She's not at her peak mentally, okay? You did your job, leave. But he continues to poke.
Just parked it in your driveway.
They brought it to my driveway.
And just left it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's run that.
Yeah. 19. I got a 20 clear.
Does anyone else live here with you?
Somebody else.
David Mary 43556.
You got a name? You got an idea or something? Take your name real quick. Catch this. See who we spoke to.
Okay.
He's asking her for her name, ID, so that we can say who we spoke to. These are things you probably can look up. And this is why we have to know our rights and things of that nature, because they didn't need to come in the house. You don't have a warrant. I don't have to let you in my house. Okay. You know what? You stay right here. I'll bring you my ID for your report so that you can know that you spoke to Sonya Massey. But you know, you're not thinking nothing of the sort. And again, she's clearly not at her peak mentally. But this guy could have left. They could have left.
Several.
So now they're entering the house around the 6:30 mark.
Hold on, y'all. They coming back. I know it's already here. Hold on.
Someone just called her phone. So she was probably on the phone talking to someone else, a family member, a friend, about her suspicions of a burglar, things of that nature. It's a small home. It's easy to look around and see that there's no one else in there, which is what police are trained to do. You know, survey an area, look for other things, you know, protect themselves from, you know, ambush and things of that nature. She's the only one there, clearly.
Hello? Yeah, I need, I got the sheriff department here, but I was calling for help from y'all.
Are you there with me?
They're here in my house right now.
Okay, I'll let you go. You talk to them.
No, hold on. Wait a second, sir. Okay.
She's talking to someone else that sounds like a professional that called her back. I don't know if it's another police agency or what, but she says, I'm here with the sheriff's department here now. And the guy says, all right, if you're there with them, then go on and, you know, talk to them, get off the phone. And she says, wait a minute now. Like she wanted the person to stay on the phone.
My house right now.
Okay, I'll let you go. You talk to them.
No, hold on. Wait a second, sir.
You can hang up, Codwell. It's good.
For what? You're there with the deputy, correct?
No, hold on, okay?
You can hang up.
There's probably a 911 operator calling back and saying, like, you know, now that they're there, I'll get off the phone. You talk to them.
For what?
Just 1 second, okay? Okay.
It's important to notice this whole interaction because she's peaceful the entire time, but somehow he thinks all of a sudden she's becoming this violent, irate person who wants to harm him with boiling water. But the energy the entire time, she's super friendly.
I got some paperwork. Can you grab that Bible, please?
Yeah. Hey, I just need your name so we can get out of here. Was there any damage previous to your car?
Previous, yeah, it was
Okay, what was the damage?
a dent, I believe.
But what about windows?
Oh, it was something that happened earlier.
Okay, perfect. What is your last name? Shouldn't have to think about your last name. You're not in trouble. I just need to attach.
Massey.
Huh?
Massey.
You have an ID? That'd make things so much easier. I just need.
She told you her name. All you had to do was ask her the spelling, not ask her to look for an ID, especially when you already asked her if she was okay mentally because you're looking for certain signs. Okay? And, you know, not to be stereotypical, but I grew up in a Black household and I have Black family members. We tend to be very, you know, cleanly. So when we're in our right state of mind, our houses don't look like this. Okay, so if you sense certain things, why would you continue to poke and ask questions that you don't need to ask? You could have just asked her to spell her name so you could get out of there, get on your way. If you just simply need her name to do your report. And I don't even think it was that serious for this encounter. You could have said, we went out to the location, you put the address in file, we spoke to a lady there, we told her we checked for burglars, there were none there, we left. Not this serious. Could have been left. Especially if you're afraid of Black people.
Just driver's license will do, and I'll get out of your hair.
I want to show y'all my paperwork.
I will
What?
get your paperwork.
What paperwork?
Okay. I got some paperwork.
Well, just
from-
get your ID. real
Well, let's
quick
get your
so I can
ID
attach it.
first, and then
One task at a time here.
Okay, let me
Here,
find-
grab your ID for me.
Hold on. Okay.
Your ID. One task at a time. So let's do an ID, and then you can dig around for your paperwork.
I don't know where my ID is.
You
just in
have-
that stack right there, maybe.
1 second.
Check on her.
Let me do this.
We don't need a fire while we're here.
Right. Okay.
So they notice that the water is on, the boiling pot of water. They tell her to turn it off. They don't need a fire while they're there. That's why she's over by the pot. That's why. Okay? And it happens. Sometimes you forget that you got a pot on, a pot going, whatever. She could have been making tea, anything. You're allowed to boil water in your home. You're allowed to. Okay. And again, the cops didn't have to go in there. So that doesn't even make sense. You didn't have to be in her home. So where does all of a sudden the threat come from for her to be throwing the water? This makes no sense. She walked over there because you told her about the pot. You told her to turn it off. And again, her whole energy up until this time, nothing is volatile. Nothing is mean. Nothing is angry.
Let me see. Okay.
Okay.
Where you going?
Huh?
Where you going?
Away from your hot steaming water.
She picks up the pot. The cop we see on the body cam footage, he walks away. Sonya asks, where are you going? He laughs and says, away from the hot boiling water. Because she's like, why are you moving? That's like sort of weird. I'm not a threat. A person in good faith would act like that. Where were you going? Like, what happened?
It's my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
She confirmed what he said. Away from the hot steaming water. She said, oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Now, this is where culture and communication comes into play. Because a black person, 99.9% of the time, would understand what she's saying there. He said something that was implicating bad faith from her, that she would do something evil. She just, rebuke means to show disapproval. She just saying, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I disagree with that. I would never do something of that nature in the name of Jesus. She serves Jesus. She serves Christ. She has no ill intent. This idiot doesn't know what that means. So let's see what his response is. Officer Sean Grayson.
Huh? You better fucking not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
Okay.
That quickly he escalated to pulling out his gun. You better not. I better not rebuke you in the name of Jesus. This is church talk. But he doesn't know that. He doesn't know. He's never been in a black church, probably. Doesn't know what rebuke you in the name of Jesus means. So he's thinking, rebuke you in the name of Jesus means I'm going to throw this pot now that I'm holding. Pulls his gun. She says, all right, I'm sorry. Okay, let's watch this.
Name of Jesus.
Huh?
You in the name
You better fucking not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Drop the fucking pot. Drop the fucking.
Drop the pot. How do you drop a pot of hot water? You would have to place it down. You would have to put a pot of hot water down. You can't just drop it if it's hot water. Because where does the hot water go as soon as you drop it? It splashes up on you, on the floor. It will cause harm. She drops to the floor with the pot to drop the pot of hot water. What you just told her to do. Notice where he is right now when he says that. He's standing probably 2 feet away from that island, headed into the kitchen. Okay? He has another officer with him. He can do something called a tactical retreat. So he can back up at this moment, facing her, his gun on the target, facing her, and just back out of the doorway that he came in. He has another officer with him. So the officer who is with him, who is behind him, the one whose body cam we see right now, he can yell. Either one of them can use their professionalism right now and just say tactical retreat. The officer who is behind him will back out first, and then he can pull the officer to guide the officer as he keeps his eyes on Sonya, on the target, If he really thinks she's a threat with the hot water, and he can say, back out, I'm guiding you out, pulling them as he opened the door and make sure that they get out without, any water being thrown. If he really thought that that was the case, looking at where he is, because people make the case when they say, oh, well, officers need more training. No, this guy is just a racist, and he's trigger happy. He's unprofessional. He's been to 6 different agencies in 4 years. He shouldn't be a police officer. It's not the training. It's the mentality. It's the mindset of someone who has a gun and a badge, who is racist and just eager to kill a black person and doesn't trust black people and assumes the worst of black people with this racist mindset, which ends in one of them being killed for no good reason. He could do a tactical retreat. They've been trained to do so. He can't see her right now. Move backwards. What does he choose to do? He moves forward to shoot her. And he's already threatened to shoot her in the face. He ends up shooting her 3 times, with one being a headshot. Unwarranted.
Pot.
19 shots fired.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Drop the fucking pot!
They always yell stuff like that for no reason. He's yelling, drop the pot. Clearly the pot is dropped now. You just shot her 3 times. Why are you yelling, drop the pot? To try to make yourself seem justifiable to your body cam? Drop the pot. You just shot her 3 times. You
Bring
see
you
the
this
steam
now.
water
Get
coming
headshot
out.
wound to the female. Headshot wound to the female. 1078.
The water probably dropped on her.
Fuck.
I was on. I'm gonna go get my kit.
Now get headshot, bitch.
The cop says, I was on. And the whole time we're really seeing his body cam footage. We're not seeing the other cop's body cam footage. That's important to know. We're not seeing Sean Grayson's body cam footage here. We're seeing the other cop. Sean Grayson shoots her and he says, oh, fuck. Implicating like, damn, my body cam footage wasn't on and I just got a shooting. That's not good. The other cop says, I was on. Saying like my camera was on. But notice what happens after she shot. Let me go back so that we don't miss that.
Fuck.
I was on. I'm gonna go get my kit.
Now get headshot, bitch. You're done. You can go get it, but that's a headshot.
The cop whose body cam footage we're looking at says, I'm going to go get my kit. He's going to go get his aid kit, his health kit, to render aid. Officer Sean Grayson says, no, don't go get it, which is not how they're trained. If you shoot someone, if you come upon someone who's been shot or wounded, you're supposed to render aid until an EMT gets there. You're not allowed to pronounce someone, DOA or dead on arrival or dead on sight or whatever. That's the job of a medical expert, a doctor. You render aid to a wound to try to preserve life. He says, you can do it. He told him no. And then he says, well, you can go get it, but that's a headshot. No, part of your training and your professionalism is to render aid. That's what you're trained to do. That's what you're told to do. That's what you're taught to do. This is why this is even more clear that he's just a racist murderer. Why would you tell him no? He doesn't even care. Why do you have your gun out?
Yeah.
The pot is dropped. She had no weapon. She had no firearm, anything like that. They're standing there with their firearms out. If the pot was the threat, why wouldn't you go move the threat and try to render aid? Makes no sense. You walk towards someone who you felt had a weapon to shoot them. He just wanted to kill.
Yeah, I'm not taking fucking boiling water in the fucking head. And look, it fucking came right to our feet too. God damn it.
He's talking about it, yeah, and it came right to our feet too. Yeah, after you shot her and she dropped it, you idiot.
Fuck. God damn it.
You good?
I'm good. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Oh, let her fucking just.
God.
Is that what you do, man?
Fuck.
What does that mean? Let her just fucking. What does that mean? Nothing we could do, man. No, you could do something. He has a kick. You render aid. You try to help. You put pressure on a wound. You're not a medical expert. You try to aid the wound so that she loses the least amount of blood and possibly her life can be saved. Now that you've done your racist deed, you don't care. Let her die, man. That's what he's saying.
You good? Alright. Fuck.
Keeps asking his fellow officer if he's good and cursing to try to act like, I don't know, like he feels like he messed up. I don't know what he feels. Keeps asking his fellow officer. I don't know if he's asking him if he's good mentally. Clearly nothing's wrong with him physically. So that must be like, oh, are you okay with what you just saw? I don't know.
Well, I mean, you know, what else do we do? I'm not taking hot boiling water to the fucking face, and it already reached us.
Fuck.
Here he goes again. I'm not taking hot boiling water to the face, and it already reached us. It's reaching you now. That makes no sense to say that statement. Look at this big racist doofy. It reached you after you shot someone holding a pot of water. It's going to trickle down. Stupid.
They got a 52 en route?
Yeah, 1078.
You when I
You better fucking not. That's where I got. I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
Okay.
So now this is the officer who's shooting body cam footage. See the different point of view.
Drop the fucking pot!
The fucking.
Drop the fucking pot!
She dropped the pot. He walks towards her. Now the pot comes up. She's trying to shield herself. If you play it slowly, I'll play it slowly. The pot comes up because she's trying to shield herself. Okay? It comes up slowly. She's trying to shield herself.
Better fucking not. Fucking shoot your fucking face.
The fucking.
See? She's holding the pot. It's like a shield, though. She's scared. She has the other mitts holding the pot. And it's like a shield from being shot. She's already been scared of him. He already asked her about her mental state. She's scared. So when this goes to court, he's going to try to say, like at this time, oh, I thought she was trying to throw water on me. Mind you, he walked towards her. He could have did what I already said, a tactical retreat. So it's not like, oh, I didn't want to turn my back and then, feel water get splashed on me. No, you're taught a tactical retreat. So that's not a valuable excuse. She dropped to the floor. You said drop the pot. She would have to drop to the floor to drop the pot or drop it in the sink or somewhere. But when you tell someone to drop a pot, you didn't tell her where to drop it. She said, okay, I'm sorry. Nothing about her behavior is saying, I want to harm you. But when you're racist and you view black people as violent and angry and terrible people, you would think the worst. And again, he walks towards her to get this view that we're looking at. There you can see the pot drop and water's coming out because he shot her 3 times. Now it's shots fired.
Shots fired! Drop the fucking pot!
Yelling drop the pot at someone who has already dropped the pot, and you can see that because you shot in her.
Bring EMS now. We got a headshot wound to the female. Headshot wound to the female. 1078. Fuck. I was on.
Now he's trying to act like he's doing his job. He's yelling 1078, headshot wound to the female, things of that nature. But you're going to prevent your partner from rendering aid.
I'm gonna go get my kid. No, headshot, dude. She's done. You can go get it, but that's a headshot. God damn it. God, fuck.
Why you still got
Dude,
the
I'm
gun
not
out if
taking
she's
fucking boiling
done?
water to the fucking head. And look,
Let's unpack that. Why do you still have your gun out on her if she's done? Sean Grayson. If she's done, why is your gun out? For who? She's so incapacitated that she doesn't need to be rendered aid, but you hold your gun out. He says she's done around the 11:20 mark. Let's see how long he holds this gun out.
it fucking came right to our feet, too. God damn it.
God damn it.
You good?
I'm good. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Holstered up. Let her fucking just.
So it took him another 15 seconds to say holster up on someone who was dead. You keep your gun on them for 15 seconds. Someone that you felt didn't need to be rendered aid, you kept your gun out for another 15 seconds. For what? Are you going to say like for what?
There's nothing we can do, man.
Fuck.
You good? All right. Fuck. Well, I mean, you know, what else do we do? I'm not taking hot boiling water to the fucking face, and it already reached us.
They got a 52 en route.
Yeah, 1078. They're 18. She's still breathing, but she's losing a lot of blood from the head.
He just said she's still breathing, but she's losing a lot of blood from the head. When you render aid, you would stop that wound from leaking blood. You would apply pressure to the wound. If the blood can't pour out of the body, it goes back in the body. You apply the pressure to the wound so that she's not losing as much blood from the head. But you're not rendering an aid. You're a murderer. We just heard him say she's alive, but she's losing a lot of blood. But you stopped your fellow officer from going to get his kit. Lock him up, throw away the key.
I'll go get my med kit. I mean,
Go get, yeah. Hurry, get the med kit.
I mean, there's not much we can do.
Now he wants to go get his med kit. 2 minutes of her losing blood, you told your partner not to get his.
Fuck. 318, do we got any call history with her being 1096?
He's asking if we have any code with her being 1096. That's like code for her being like mentally ill, crazy, anything like that. He probably wants to know this information so that he can back up himself, back up his story. Like, yeah, you're going to see him saying stuff about her anyway. He's going to call her crazy and all of that stuff. So he's trying to back up himself. So he's asking about that stuff after the fact. He's taking his time walking in there. Taking his time.
I will explain why. Negative. She's in the kitchen. Just Sergeant, who? No. Let's just chill out here. Just Sarge right now.
Are you guys secure?
Yeah, we're secure.
Is that covered?
No, it's just her in the house. She's 1096.
Look at how many cops it is because it was reports, shots fired, cops involved, things of that nature. A lot of cops show up. He's just putting on his gloves for the kid. I don't even think he ever gets over to her or tries to really render any aid. Let's see.
So, is there anything you think we can do for her? All right. I'm not even going to waste my med stuff then. You want to run down real quick?
Nope, not yet.
All right. House is cleared. She was the only one.
Where's he going?
No, she had boiling water and came at me.
That's an important thing right there. Did you hear that? The cop says, "Where's the gun?" And then he says, "Oh, no, there wasn't one. She had the boiling water, came at me." She never came at you with boiling water. And they're looking for a gun. They're looking for a real threat. Let's play that back. There isn't no gun. Talking about a household item that you told her to walk over to?
You want to run down real quick?
Nope, not yet.
All right. House is cleared. She was the only one.
Where's he going?
No, she had boiling water and came at me with boiling water.
You shot her?
Yeah. She said she was going to rebuke me in the name of Jesus and came at me with boiling water. That's what all this is. I was standing right here.
She didn't say she was going to rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I don't know if this idiot thinks rebuke you in the name of Jesus means baptize you. Like, I'm going to baptize you with this, hot water. So if you don't have a vocabulary, then you shouldn't be a cop. You idiot. But she didn't come for you with a pot of boiling water. She stood where she was. And then you told her to drop it. And she said, "Okay, I'm sorry." As soon as she saw the gun, she said, "Okay, I'm sorry," and dropped down. You walked towards her. She shielded herself, and you shot her 3 times. 1 in the head, like you promised. You said you would shoot her in the fucking face, and you did it. Then you didn't want her to get rendered aid.
Here.
All right.
And that's where he's landed.
What do y'all need from us?
Just nothing right now. Just hang out there for me. Thank you.
He was already trying to build his defense, calling her 1096. That would mean she's mentally aided.
I need pranks included around the post of the house if you guys can. But other than that, that's thank you.
Anything else suspect?
Me.
I didn't know what happened.
Yeah, I'm good. This fucking bitch is crazy.
Yeah, I'm good. He says, "Yeah, I'm good. This fucking bitch is crazy." How unprofessional. Talking about someone you just killed, you just shot to death for no good reason. And I don't care if if there was a case where the reason. Cops need to display a level of emotional intelligence and rationale. You're dealing with the public on a daily basis. You're going to come into contact with thousands of different people, personalities, different subjects, characters, backgrounds. That's not what you say. That's not the vocabulary you use. Yeah, I'm good. This fucking bitch is crazy. While you just emptied, you unloaded 3 shots into her body and 1 into her head. Never rendered aid. I'm going to get my kit. While he's going to the car, he's like, "Is there any reports on her being 1096?" Thinking about himself.
Who's got tape?
I think I got a roll.
I got something coming up.
You got enough? If not, I got to roll.
Yeah, then I'll run it across the front here. Where do you want it?
I just around the house. Yes, I'm going inside.
Okay. Red bottom.
That's good.
Yeah. Take it off at the front.
Find a blue blood pressure cup.
All right. Let's cut to the garbage cans.
Yep. Send it out.
Yeah.
Where's he at?
Inside with me. He's good. Yeah.
That's my fault, man. I didn't know.
No, dude, it's good. It fucking happened so goddamn quick that we didn't have time to fucking call shit out. That it was me and.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to
shit.
figure out. Make sure we need to look for someone.
No, we're good. I think she set it up on purpose. So, this is what it is.
He's saying, I think she set it up on purpose at the 1724 mark. What? Let me go back. She set it up on purpose.
That's what I was trying to figure out. Make sure we need to look for someone.
No, we're good. I think she set it up on purpose. So,
She set what up on purpose? She set what up on purpose? If she wanted to set that up on purpose to sabotage you, wouldn't the logical thing to do would be to answer the door with the pot of boiling water? And as soon as she opens the door while you're unsuspected, she could throw hot boiling water on you? You're not making sense. You looked at her. You didn't have to enter her home. She didn't know you would enter her home. She didn't invite you in. You invited yourself in. She didn't even initiate going over to the pot. Then when the officer walked away from the boiling water, she said, "Where you going?" She didn't just grab the pot and try to throw it. She said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," for you walking away. Or the other officer walking away in this case. And then said, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry," when you pulled out a gun and said, "I'll shoot you in your fucking face." That's not on purpose. You could have been on your way. At 4 minutes and 40 seconds, you could have been on your way. You were in a hurry knocking on the door. You could have been on your way. This is not on purpose. There's nothing that shows that this is on purpose. Cut it out.
So, this is what it is.
is on the burger order.
He said don't go in. Yeah, I have fucking choice.
Try not to move that bag. We'll take her out on a backboard so we don't have to move that.
Yeah, he's good, dude. I made sure he was good. Yeah, he was here for the whole thing.
No, did you get hit?
No. We barely got missed.
Okay.
All right, so leave that down. Get it set up.
I'll holler at him later.
Hey guys, grab the backboard.
The guy asked him, did he get hit? He said we barely got missed. Are you talking about by the water? He's lying. We all can see the footage. That's the good thing about body cams. Deputy Grayson, you're a liar, a murderer, a racist. Barely got missed.
We're quiet on this one.
I'm gonna chill in my car. I'm gonna chill in my car for a minute.
I got it. So my
Camera off. Camera's off.
So let me stop sharing. Okay, so it's clear as day that, you know, this officer is lying. This is, you know, an inappropriate, shooting, an unjust shooting, and he deserves everything that's coming to him. He's been charged with murder, 2 other counts. Let me see what it was. Murder. What are the 3? Murder, battery, and misconduct are his charges. Okay. If he's convicted, he faces 45 years to life for the murder, 6 to 30 years for battery, and 2 to 5 years for misconduct. Now, he should get the 45 years to life for murder, but you know how the criminal justice system works in these cases. He may get off with a slap on the wrist. We'll see. It's pretty clear when you break down the footage. He can't support his stance or anything that he said. He's lying, saying that they were barely missed, saying that she came for him with boiling water. He thinks she did it on purpose. The research doesn't indicate that. So a jury should be able to see, through the lies, should be able to use the body cam footage from Officer Grayson and the other officer, and provide justice for Sonya Massey and her family. Give this guy life imprisonment. Should get life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. All right, they're provided with enough training. It's not about training. It's about the training of the mind, shall I say, if anything. He has a racist mentality, and no type of training is going to get rid of a racist mentality, because he's been provided with the training to do his job professionally and preserve life. She didn't have to be shot. She didn't have to be killed. And the crazy thing is that she knew it. She knew she was up against a racist individual. It was almost as soon as she opened the door, she knew. Please, God, don't hurt me. Please, God, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Almost like she knew. So please comment, subscribe, and share this video. All right. If there's anything I missed or anything that you noticed, please comment.